At this point, my husband, this was 2007, he passed away in an accident.
Mm.
It was a work accident. It was an airplane crash.
Oh.
And so everything that I was scared of happening, losing my family, happened. And it just destroyed me. Like, it crushed my soul. I can't even, like, I still don't have words for how much it just crushed me. And I just, for a few months after that, I kind of just went through the motions. It's an undescribable situation. I was 25 years old and I lost my husband.
Well, you were in shock,
yeah.
and that can last for a long time. And you don't have words for it, maybe because your brain goes sort of on hiatus when a
Mhm.
person's in a shock with such a horrible life tragedy like that.
So me and my daughter, we moved home to Morgan to my parents for a minute. I got me an apartment because I was like, I can't be with my parents. I've been on my own for too long, So I got me an apartment there in Morgan. I really spiraled because now I had a reason to just not
Care.
right.
Can I ask, did you seek or did anyone suggest you get some professional support, counseling, anything like that?
Yeah, so they had a program, the USC had a program where they set me up with so many therapy sessions. I was kind of turned off to it at first. I walked in the office, it was really hard for me to get help in the first place. And once I did get help, I walked in and she was like pretty disorganized and I sat down and she's like, okay, now tell me why you're here. And I was like, you don't know why I'm here?
That is
It just straight turned me off of it.
professionally, that is frustrating to hear.
I was like, it was so hard for me to get here and you don't even know why.
Yeah.
And so I went to like one more session and I was like, it's not me. I'm just going to drink and take a whole bunch of pills,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm certainly sorry for your loss, and also very sorry to hear that that the help that should have been available dropped the ball. Yeah.
So you said you started spiraling out of control.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I wanted to not have to deal with the feelings. I felt I knew that my relationship with my stepsons wasn't going to last,
Were they living with their mother?
They were. And, like I said earlier, she did the best she could with her situation, but, and we were actually friends at the time of his death, but eventually, it just, we weren't getting along and she didn't want me in the picture and I didn't want to give up my things or, there was a lot of money issues, what was his, she wanted, or what was mine, she wanted, and I didn't, it just was ugly. You know how it is.
Yeah.
We were both doing the best we could with what we knew.
Yeah.
But a ton of pressure and a lot of grief and shock. I mean, those are the times often in people's lives when they're making huge financial decisions, but you're at your worst mental health state, and it's very hard. And of course, a lot of people do, maybe not act in the most rational way in those times.
And you're throwing in a bunch of alcohol and pills.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's a perfect storm for bad decisions.
Yeah.
Well, and I went back to work at the doctor's office I was working before, we left for Richfield, and it was easy to manipulate those doctors that I was working with, because they knew me before. They felt sorry for my situation, and I was able to manipulate and get more than what I should have been having. It was easy for me.
Was it still the benzos, the Xanax?
Yep, benzos and alcohol, and still the phentermine, because I had to drink at night and then I had to wake up, so I had to pop my phentermine and my Adderall. So yeah.
So at any point, does your family or anybody step in and say, hey, you might have a problem?
Yeah, my mom mentioned it a little bit. My mom was really cautious of what she said to me because I didn't take criticism well, my sister, I know my sister and my mom talked a lot about it. They just didn't really know what to do about it, you know. And I was telling you earlier, my mom didn't have that addiction. She was a normie, you know, so she didn't understand. So to her, she was like, just quit, you know.